Welcome back. Remember how when you walk out of your complex, you stop by the society notice board to make sure you don't miss out on important notices? Or what about the watchman who makes a round of every flat to let residents know when the water supply is going to resume? Well, you better savor such moments as they might soon become history. Housing societies today are going high-tech, adopting sophisticated online society management systems to take care of every aspect of running a complex. Ashish Bhatia tells you how.
Gone are the days when you needed to wait for the society watchman to know when you would get water, or when is the next society meeting, or even when the maintenance fees are due. Today, cooperative housing societies have turned to cutting-edge technologies and introduced complex society management systems to better track day-to-day events.
This trend has not only saved us the time, it has saved even the manpower. We have reduced a lot of manpower after coming to the online. Even the maintenance bills are sent online, no hard copy is given. Even the payments are requested by RTGS through the bank directly. I think we have succeeded.
The trend seems to be growing fast, with multiple societies across the country jumping onto this platform. Helping matters are online portals like Apartment Adda, Common Flow, Apna Complex, Society 123, which are offering state-of-the-art society management systems. For instance, Apartment Adda has seen over 6,000 housing societies register to use their society management service. So much so, the portal grew 3 times over the past year and is expected to continue to grow going forward.
60% of what we offer is actually free. The entire social networking, private social networking part, the management part is entirely free. So when the society starts taking over the billing and wants to collect money and want to manage their accounts, then they upgrade easily, and that costs somewhere between 20 to 25 rupees per flat per month.
Backed by sophisticated algorithms, the portal automates day-to-day society affairs and members receive notifications on posts in real time. Society notices are categorized in a simplified manner, integrated with email and an event calendar. Reports like cash flow report, maintenance fee defaulters, expense reports can be published on the virtual notice board with a single click. In case of events, a participation poll helps get the count of attendees, while for any society decisions, a quick instant poll can help society take a decision. Residents can raise tickets for common issues, which gets immediately escalated and its progress can be tracked. Not just vehicular movement, but staff and visitor attendance can be monitored too. These portals can also be synced through a mobile app onto your smartphone, a factor that has increased its appeal among youngsters.
Year on year, we see more and more young people when they take on the management committee roles. They don't want to do what their uncles and fathers were doing, sitting in basements, sitting for late nights, 2:30, discussing about society issues. They want automated, they want to bring an online system, more transparency. So there we are seeing the adoption rates picking up slowly in the old traditional societies also.
While sites like Apartment Adda are helping societies make the transition to high-tech easily, experts say there are risks that must be kept in mind when using these portals.
The only concern that I would express is that let the society have a dedicated website without any advertisement into it, without having any commercial interest in it. The moment you involve commercial, the very purpose gets defeated. People are making it as a medium to make profit, and which the data are being shared. I think there it should stop.
Whether you opt for society management portals or personalized self-run domains, the digital world is bound to offer you far more advanced solutions than the lowly notice board can ever offer. However, you may want to still hang on to it just to let the future generations know how things used to function. With camera person Rakesh Solanki, Ashish Bhatia for NDTV.
The building stock in our cities is ever expanding, and every residential market is booming with construction activity. Which brings us to the question, are the buildings we are constructing strong enough to stay resilient in the event of an earthquake? Turns out there are serious cracks in our seismic building codes. Here's my report. About 15 months back, the National Disaster Management Authority had claimed that India's Himalayan belt had developed enough strains to cause an earthquake of 8 or a higher magnitude that will end at least 8 to 9 lakh lives. The question therefore is not when an earthquake will strike, but if an earthquake strikes, will our homes still be standing? The answer to that lies in India's building code, which according to experts hasn't kept pace with the kind of structures being built today. The Bureau of Indian Standards has not updated the National Building Code for the last 10 years. There exists no mechanism in the building codes for safety certification of buildings from natural disasters. And the most alarming gap is the absence of a specialized seismic code for tall multi-story buildings, which means anything from 10 floors to say 50 floors is treated the same in the code. Earthquake engineering expert Sandeep Shah's petition in the Supreme Court challenged the Indian government's lack of preparedness in the event of an earthquake. Shah alleges inaction by the NDMA towards strengthening the building codes and disseminating life-saving information to the public. NDMA in 2010 had spoken of categorizing buildings on the basis of their performance levels, just like green buildings are rated on their savings. The highest level is called fully operational. Such buildings do not encounter any damage and can continue functioning even during an earthquake. The second performance level is immediate occupancy. Such buildings develop minor cracks but can remain operational after the earthquake. The third performance level is life safety. A building of this performance will be significantly damaged but does not reach the state of collapse and can be made functional after retrofitting. And the last performance level is collapse prevention. Such buildings suffer major damage and will witness imminent collapse. But even 5 years since, these guidelines have still not been incorporated in the seismic code, which at present only prescribes buildings to achieve the minimum level of collapse prevention.
Every Indian citizen should be knowing that the building he is purchasing or renting, or even the building he is entering in for a meeting, to attend a meeting, what category of earthquake resistant it is. Just this information, without you having done anything on the structure, just this information will save lakhs and millions of people, because they will exactly know how they are supposed to react when the earthquake strikes. And once they do it, their lives will be saved.
In recent months, the NDMA, long criticized for having become a parking lot for the retired, has swung into action. The centre has appointed domain experts to bring in fresh energy into the NDMA, and in recent weeks has initiated a complete rewrite of the building code. Retrofitting of existing buildings is being studied and latest seismic safety concepts are being considered. But experts warn that such efforts will still collapse if the enforcement is weak.
There is a feeling amongst almost everybody that these codes should be legally binding for all these stakeholders, especially the builders. There is right now no such provision. But what we need probably to do is we have to categorize these into two parts. One is the codes, another is the specifications. Codes should be legally binding and specifications should form as a guidelines.
NDMA's other ambitious reform was to establish a techno-financial regime where loan applications will be decided upon after the government or lending institution undertakes a structural audit of the proposed or existing construction. But even this has been scuttled in a debate with the Reserve Bank of India. The most critical reform needed today is how we'll retrofit our existing building stock and how we'll get people to demand homes that are built to last. With camera persons Prem Singh and Pooja Arya, Vasudha Sharma, NDTV.
And that's about it for this week. Share your thoughts and questions with us at hotproperty@ndtv.com and do follow us on Twitter. Until next weekend when I'll see you again, stay informed and stay ahead of the game.